Hello, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, Martians and aliens. We're not speciesists on this channel. Everybody's welcome. My name's Alan, and welcome to Mars, the Second Genesis. Well, guys, we've got a whopper for you today. The image you see here was captured by the Curiosity rover, and it was a navcam. And it's from Sol 3118. I did a wee bit of experimentation with this one. For a while now, a lot of the anomaly hunters and myself have thought these so-called hills and buttes were structures. I seem to be the only anomaly hunter that feels this bottom part, these so-called rocks, or as NASA says, clay layer. So, what I did is I decided to go in and see what I could dig out. And you'll be very surprised with what I got. I did do something I normally wouldn't do. I did a wee bit of burning here. Not a lot, but it's enough to err on the cautious side. I just did this for my own curiosity. But when I seen the results, I thought, I think people should see this. So, this is what the image looks like before any enhancement work was done on it. Now, the first thing you'll probably notice is all this garbage NASA's put on. And the reason why I know it's an overlay is because it's in the sky. And they do this to help obfuscate the image below it. So you do need to blur it a bit just to get rid of that pattern. I believe this is one of the entrances. And if we move over, I think this may be an entrance as well. And you're probably thinking, this guy's lost his marbles. And you're probably correct in your assumption. This part at the bottom, it just looks like flat rock or bedrock. Doesn't look like metal at all. Just looks washed out. I used a bit of special processing here, and I did do a wee bit of burning. So I'll tell you the results. I would take them with a pinch of salt. It's for fun. So let's have a wee look. What does it look like enhanced? Well, that's what it looks like enhanced. So let's have a wee close-up look now. Okay, here's what I think is the entrance. Now you see metal. Well, first of all, we'll take a wee look at this part here. Because if this doesn't convince you nothing, well, does that not look like shredded metal? Or does that not look like shredded metal? It looks like a layer of floor sticking out. If we go between the original image and this, what have I done? Oh dearie me. Oh, I've moved it. Silly me. Right, we'll try that one again, shall we? That's original. You can see it's there. You can see it's there. Now, as I say, to get rid of that pattern, I did blur it a bit. But when you look at it, you see it is there. It's not something I've imagined. It's there. You're just viewing it slightly different. Now, you can see these are like chunks of metal. And let's look at the top bit here. I've moved that again. Right, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to lock this. There we go. Right, so it can't move now. Okay. What a numpty. Okay, let's look at the top here. Now, this looks like corroded metal here. See, we've got a bit of a metal plate there. You see it all. We've got this, it looks as if it's been a wee dome or something. Now this is how I think it's a bit of an entranceway. You see these, whatever they are, coming down. And they continue round. And if you look here, that looks to me like structural beams. And it's crossing. All this white stuff, this is just garbage NASA's put in. See, we can see elements here. What is there? I believe this is a structural beam. They blacked that out. I cannot get any detail out of that at all. There's nothing there. But it comes down. This might be an entrance. This might be an opening, get in. And maybe on their image, you see what's inside. But you can see below NASA's garbage. And this here, if you look here, structural beams. All this seems like structural beams. 1, 2, 3. We see here. It just looks like corroded metal. It's corroded over the years. See this pattern here? I think NASA has put that in. I'm not sure. It's pretty vague. But if you look at this looks like holes and elements of structural beams shown. And if you look at this looks like structural beam with a bit sticking out. These bits seem structural, like metal. See, that just looks like one of the floors maybe is collapsed and bent, and it's bent onto the floor below. And you can see this is kind of domed, whatever that is. And this piece here, you can see it comes out. The structural beam comes up, twists round, and you can see this might be an entrance. And you can see it comes up and round like that. Just ignore this garbage, that's NASA's rubbish. These things here, I think these are the real deal. The bits are dominant. And if you look at this here, this looks like a box section. You can see I'll pan through it. I'll show you on the original image. And that's the enhanced image. We've got this bit here, that bit there. They run parallel. And we've got this bit here. It just looks like corroded metal to me, a structure. This is the outer skin. When you look at the bit at the top, you think, aye, that's corroded metal. And if you look at this on the original image, you barely can see it. But when you cut through the garbage, it's there. See, once you blur out all this garbage that's there, the actual holes come through. You can actually see what's there. And there are a clear, distinct line going right round the edge, showing the boundary of a structure. And if you look at this, the way this comes round, I mean, when you look at that, you do see a kind of destroyed building. You know, doesn't it look like a mountain anymore? Well, to me anyway. And you get this bit here. And God knows what NASA's done with this. I mean, this was a very low resolution image, and I just increased the resolution to 800 dpi and blurred it and done a wee bit of extreme contrast adjustment. If you look in here, I believe this is just a metal structure, and what we're seeing is the roof of it. You see this bit here, and what tells me it's a hole is you can see this part inside, and this looks like various levels. Same in here. On the original image it's like that. So it is there. It's no something that, it's no artefacts that's been brought out. I mean, if you look at this section here, and I go between the original image and enhanced version, for instance, this section here, I mean, just looking at that and studying it, you can see it's no, like this bit here, it's not bedrock. And when you see the enhanced bit, what's blurrier, you can actually see that this is not what it seems. And the same with this bit. I mean, every now and again you can see the structural beams. Now, if you look at it at a bit of a distance, you know, you can see that's the front of something. Now, I don't know whether it's a continuation of this, that it's all in the same sort of plane, or whether this is flat, because NASA's took out the shadows and it's pretty difficult to interpret. I don't believe for a minute this is a mountain, because when I look at that, I can see a destroyed structure. That's not a mountain. And when I see things like this, when you look there, when you see it on the original, black, you can see it. Basically what I've done, the process and I've done this is like an extreme contrast adjustment. I'm getting tongue-tied this morning. I've not had my porridge. That's the original. So you can see this here. That looks like you're looking in the windows. That might be windows, or was windows. It's not anymore. And this bit comes out and then curves round. So that might come down at an angle, and then this might continue at an angle or go straight down. It's kind of hard to tell without shadows. And this here. These bits here, they continue along. I think this bit here is garbage, but this and this here is the actual part. This part here and this here. This fuzz that NASA put in, it's just garbage. In between it, you can see structural elements. I couldn't bring it out anymore. It's really, that's the limits of what's possible with today's technology. I tried as much as possible to bring out what's there rather than what I think's there. And as I say, the dodging I did was here. This section here, as you can see, there's not a lot of detail. But in here, there's a bit of detail. Once I processed it, I seen that there was something below this blanket of white. I did a wee bit of burning, and this is what came out. The dark bits is the bits I dodged. It wasn't a lot, and it was very controlled. So I'm pretty confident that I didn't put things in that wasn't there. But as I say, take it with a pinch of salt. I done this just for my own curiosity. And my processing is normally quite accurate. I don't put stuff in there to make it more dramatic. For clickbait, I'm just wanting to see what's there. More than I can say for NASA. I have always made my feelings known for NASA. The engineers and the people that toil away and that are not aware of this giant cover-up, I've got plenty of respect for them. I would like to say I had respect for everybody, but not the people that are involved in this giant cover-up. I just think it's disgraceful. The majority of people in the world just don't get this. This is the greatest discovery in the history of the human race, knowing that we are no longer alone, and yet these people cover it up. Why? Well, I've been doing research for over 4 years, and I can tell you this. There was an ancient civilization on Mars, and they may still be there below ground, and NASA's covering it up. This is not a conspiracy theory. It's fact. So anyway, guys, you can let me know in the comments what you think. And that wraps it up, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.